We all ready to go?
Let's go. Bess, welcome to Cambridge 105 Radio. I'm stopping by to see us. Is this your first Cambridge Folk Festival?
It is indeed.
Okay. I noticed, though, from looking at your Facebook page here, you've very much one on the festival scene for the past few months.
Yeah. This weekend's probably one of the busier ones as well.
There seems to be more and more festivals popping up, and I wonder if, to an extent, this time around, it's almost been exacerbated by lockdown, and this is a desperate attempt to catch up and to pack in as many gigs as possible.
Yeah, everyone seems just raring to go this summer.
Yeah, no, I think so too. It's a different, very different feel about it for the last couple of years. Anyway, look, we're going to get a couple of songs from you. Where are we going to start?
We're going to start with a song called Nobody.
I'm noticing we've spoken to a number of people over the last couple of days or so, and there almost seems to be like a trend emerging. As a journalist, anything more than two can instantly be called a trend, and that's using an electric guitar, but just playing it oh so softly. And I don't know. Is this a, sort of like a new style that you think might be emerging on the folk scene?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I think maybe it's an attempt to kind of not be another person with an acoustic. But
yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Musically, where did you start? I guess you picked up an acoustic guitar and sort of worked the way through.
Yeah. Picked up an acoustic guitar when I was about 13. attempted classical lessons, which didn't go down that well.
Oh dear.
So I just ended up teaching myself in my room, being a sulky teenager. But yeah, and then I don't know if it's a graduation to an electric guitar. It's just, I guess, wanting to.
I guess there'll be some
find
people who go
something.
straight to the electric guitar because they think, it's a cool thing to do. Let's
mean,
pick one up.
Yeah. I wouldn't call myself. I wouldn't really, consider myself a guitarist. It's more of a vehicle for the songs.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you can do a bit more with an electric.
I guess you've got the box of tricks beneath you there, and I guess you can sort of adjust according to the to the tempo of the song and the direction in which you want to take it in. Could say that. When did you set out on the performance then? If you picked up guitar at 13, at what stage did you think, yeah, might be quite good at this. I can sing a bit, very well actually, and move forward to actually getting up in front of people?
I think I did one-offs, kind of like very light gigging as a teenager when I was still at school. But then I would say I properly started gigging regularly after withdrawing from uni, so I was about 19. And just got a residency in London. I was just playing anything I could, really. So probably around then, playing properly.
And when you're doing it, what sort of a residency was it? 'Cause I know someone I know who is a very good local singer-songwriter and then sneaks off on cruise ships to make the money.
That is where the money is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I've actually not done that. Or like weddings or something.
I can think of other bands, other local, but again,
Yeah.
very good, fantastic, but there's almost like the secret band of exactly the same lineup, which is
The bit they don't tell you about.
but it's again they are superb at it,
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that do that, and I've often wondered about doing sort of function work because it pays a lot better than working behind a bar.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? I suppose because
Yeah.
you want to get your music out there, but at the same time you've got to fund yourself in order to do so, and maybe the way. The direction really of which music goes. It's fine for the big stars who already are the names. They can afford to give away their music and then make all the money from the gigs. But when, particularly on the folk scene, it's a lot more challenging.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, and probably myself included, don't go down the kind of the trying to make money from music in that way of playing covers because they feel it may sort of affect their relationship to music, and it does sort of put in stark contrast the fact that you want your own music to be heard. And working on reception or working behind a bar, there's not so much of that contrast. Even if you may not enjoy the job, you're not constantly thinking, I wish I was playing my own songs.
Yeah. No, it's a difficult one. Fortunately, however, you are at the Cambridge Folk Festival, and mentioned earlier. I think actually, is this part of you're doing a tour, aren't you? So is this part of that, or has the tour come later?
I don't know if you'd call it a tour. I'm just doing a lot of festivals.
Okay,
so
I'd call it a tour. If you're
Yeah.
going around, it's a tour.
It's a 3-day tour this weekend. Yeah,
Fine.
for sure.
Yeah. So where else are you playing this weekend?
So we're going to, I believe it's Deershed tomorrow up in Yorkshire, I think, and then we're going to WOMAD on Sunday.
Oh, WOMAD. Now that's another of the biggies, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's another one I've not played before, so it's exciting.
Do you have like a little sort of, I don't know, like a wish list of ones you want to tick off? And,
Yeah,
the next
absolutely.
one. So what are the? I won't ask for three. What's the big one that you want to do that you're just hoping that somebody will be in the audience either here or at Deerfest or at WOMAD and think, yeah, we'll have Bess for that, please.
I mean, I feel like this is a really boring answer, but Glastonbury.
That's a perfectly acceptable answer.
Yeah. And Cambridge Folk was always one that I liked to imagine myself doing at some point. So it's really great to be here. And End of the Road, probably, I'd really like to do. Yeah.
I think in the same way that Cambridge has deluded itself that it's a city. Well, it is technically a city because somebody fooled the Queen in the 1950s into signing it off.
Brighton's got the same problem.
Yeah.
We're not. When I go to a real city, I'm like, oh, you can't just walk. In Brighton, if you live on the other end of town,
we don't even have. Well, there's Ely down the road, which also has a folk festival. Not too a couple of weeks back. That's even smaller than Cambridge, but it counts as a city because it has the cathedral.
Right. Yeah.
But in the same way we delude ourselves of being a city, we like to think, Cambridge Folk Festival, best in the world. You know, from your side, and not necessarily the best, but you know, is it amongst artists? Do you feel the kind of event when got to play Cambridge?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like a massively respected sort of milestone if you play this kind of music, for sure. I mean, it says something if you say you're playing Cambridge folk. You're like, oh, okay, you're actually doing it.
Counts,
You're doing the music thing.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Right, we have time for one more song
Cool.
for you, from you. What are you going to play us this time?
I think I will play a song called Time Comes in Roses. Anyway, you see stars at night inside the plane. You'd like to light me up, but I don't play. Hey, say, summer's on her way, but she doesn't know it's the end of the world, and she dances you back to the garden, girl. But time comes in roses, I really love you. I'm tired of being like my mother. I get excited, I get depressed. I'm never happy with how I'm dressed. Anyway, there's nothing I won't tell you or not say. And you like the way you hurt yourself today, with the TV on the back foot out the way. I'm scared of sleeping and I don't know why. How it dances you into a lonely night. But time comes in roses, I really love you. I'm tired of being like my mother. I get excited, I get depressed. I'm never happy with how I'm dressed. 5 years wasted, I'm still young, but only by a couple months, and then I'm dead for all intents and purposes. And I've been slower than I thought at getting my life off the rocks. Nobody thinks I'm special yet. Nobody thinks I'm special yet. Getting my life off the rocks. Getting my life off the rocks.
Bess Atwell, thanks very much.
Thanks so much for having me.